guys, Kim here. Welcome to Backyard Blooms. I'm on my skinny side garden where I have all my dahlias from floret seed that I grew from seed from babies. And like I said, they came from Floret Farms. And look how gorgeous. Like, did you guys even know that you can plant dahlias from seeds and not tubers? It was something that I learned, and I'm really curious. I need to find out, like, towards the end of the season. Of course, I'm going to cut these as cut flowers, but at the end of the season, I'm going to try to, like, learn how to save seeds for my next year. That way I don't have to continue to buy them. But when you plant a dahlia as seeds, you might not get the exact same plant or same bloom because they can cross-pollinate, but it's kind of like cool that you can get some different stuff. The bees are all over it. As you see, the bees right here are loving it. There's different colors. There's red, there's fuchsia, there's light pink, there's yellow. It's really exciting. So, and they're doing really good here on this skinny side. And I've learned, or I've heard, that when you're in the south like I am, like zone 8, Charlotte, North Carolina, that it's beneficial to plant dahlias where they get morning sun but afternoon shade, and this side garden is perfect for that, and they're doing great. Like, don't you think these guys are doing great? I've got zinnias on the side here. The only thing I don't like about my zinnias is that they do have powdery mildew, but no matter what you do here, because we're so humid, it's just going to happen. But I'm really excited. Today I'm going to plant some plants that Eileen gave me from her garden tour. If you have not watched Eileen's video, oh my gosh, her garden will not disappoint. She's got beautiful plants, she's got beautiful garden art and pathways, and it's a secret garden too. So make sure you go and look at Eileen's garden. I'll throw the video at the very end for the end screen for you, so you can just click on it. But everybody, all the comments said that she was so sweet, that they loved her and they loved her garden, and that it did not disappoint. So these are the flowers that she pulled up and gave me from her garden. So the first plant that I'm going to talk about, and I don't really have a lot of blooms on here, is the ice plant. She had a ton of this, and that's all she did was pull it up. She says it was easy to transplant. This makes a really good ground cover. So, like I said, it makes a good ground cover. It comes in red, pink, purple, and magenta, and I think this one is more of a magenta. I have like one little tiny flower that I can show you on it. It blooms summer through fall. It grows fast. It is hardy to 20 degrees Fahrenheit. So if you get below 20, then it may not make it. It may not come back as a perennial for you. Most nights are cold nights in our wintertime. It doesn't get below 20. It is a evergreen with brilliant blooms. It spreads 3 feet, and it does have an aggressive rooting system, but if you grow somewhere that you don't want it, that's all you have to do is pull up, she said. It has small aster-like flowers. Its blooms are showy from early summer to fall. My knees are killing me. So here's what the plant looks a little closer. It's probably really wants to be planted because it looks so much better. But here's one little teeny tiny flower. That's the magenta right there. And it does look like a little aster to me. That's what the structure of the plant looks like. And I pulled one of them up, and do you see how an aggressive little system it has in it? Because that's all I did was just plant that in the dirt, and it grew like a little root. So I got just a little bit of handful there, and we're going to get that planted. I'm pretty excited about planting this as ground cover. Alright, you guys, my knees are killing me, so I have my little bucket seat, and it's cute. So I'll put that link in the description too. I love this little bucket seat and use it all the time. It just goes right onto a little bucket. And if you're deadheading and want to dispose of your flowers, you can just stick them right into your bucket. It's really convenient. I love it. All right, so let's get back on this ice plant. Let me tell you a little bit more about it. You want to use it in a sunny garden. You can also use it where it trails down a vertical wall. You can use it in rock gardens, and it can be used heavily in an eroded area. So like I said, my west garden, I developed that whole garden because that whole side was eroding. and this would be a great plant to put on a hill where you have erosion. Now it says rabbits may eat the plants, so evidently rabbits like that. So if it's something that you have a lot of rabbits, you may not want to. We do have rabbits here, but I think I just don't have a big problem with them because we have 2 hawks that live in the tree line behind us, and you know, I think they like the rabbits. So, but I do have deer. The hawks do not eat the deer. Laugh out loud. And it can be walked on. So if you put it in like a little walkway around some pavers and whatever else, like it, you can walk on it as well. So there is the ice plant. So another plant that she shared with me too is the butterfly weed, and it's also known as milkweed, and it's native to eastern and southwestern North America. And butterflies are attracted because of its color and its production of nectar. And I'm already got like a little bit of blooms. I do have some milkweed that I got planted in my cottage garden, and I'm gonna have to go look because last year it did not flower at all, and I'm curious to see if it's going to flower this year. It does like clay soil, and we got the clay soil for sure. It blooms in the summer time, and it gets 24 to 36 inches tall. It's a perennial. It does come back each year, and each year it does drop a lot of seed pods. I got 3 babies in here, so pretty excited to plant that. And butterfly weed is essential for the survival of monarch butterflies. And you guys, we went to the butterfly bungalow, and I'm going to share some pictures of when we went to the butterfly bungalow because I actually have not really seen a monarch butterfly in my garden. I have a lot of swallowtails, but no monarchs, and I wish I do. So, I mean, of course, like I said, it is like very essential for the survival of monarchs, and I'm hoping that I can get some monarch butterflies here in the garden. That would be pretty cool. It is toxic, but it is a myth. I do say it is a myth that you should not plant it. That was a myth. I'm saying that you should plant it. It's a myth that you should not plant it. And evidently it's the milky sap that is toxic. So it could be toxic to animals. Like I said, Sasha's never went back there and bothered mine. So just kind of use your own judgment when you're planting this, I guess. And it says it does well planting along a fence or in a corner location, and it does take full sun. Okay, so the next plant, and I've been really excited to plant this plant right here, and this one is called lamb's ear. And it's also called, and let me see if I can pronounce this right because I have the pronunciation, Stay Keys byzantina. Stay Keys byzantina. That's how you say it. But lamb's ear is just a much easier way to say it. So can we just say lamb's ear? It is from the mint family. It is zones 4 through 8. It gets 12 to 18 inches tall. It has anti-inflammatory benefits or effects. That's kind of cool, right? So when all the world falls apart and you need something that treats psoriasis, eczema, and acne, and something that will accelerate wound healing, here you go. Who would have known? Lamb's ear. And its texture, which I love the texture, you guys, like it feels so good. Soft, delicate, and velvety. I love the texture of this right here. Like, this is just therapy right here. Just come out and just feel this plant. Just lovely. It says it's soft as a bunny. It's peaceful and quiet. Okay. It's a perennial unless you plant it in a boggy area. And in my area, zone 8, Charlotte, North Carolina, it says it's evergreen in warm climates. Look at you guys. I do need to clean it up, like when you look underneath right here. So sometimes you might have to have a little maintenance and just kind of clean it up. But we can do that. And I think she's got several plants in here for me. So I'm excited about that. So we're going to get these planted, I think, on my west side garden. guys, I hope you can see me underneath here. So I thought this was a cute idea to put it right here and kind of like a drift. I thought that would look lovely. Sprinkler on the other side just kicked on if you hear that. So what I'm going to do is just kind of pull all these plants out and just kind of see what I've got. They've been in here for about maybe, I don't know, a week and a half, and I just added some soil onto it, but she gave me like a really good sized clump. So let me see how many pieces here I have. So I'm just trying to bring this plant a little closer to you so you can see. Do you see how like this is one plant right here, this is one plant, this is one plant, and then probably as I turn it over, you can see how I've got more plants here. 1, 2, 3, 4. So I think I could easily get about 6 plants out of this, I believe. So let me go use my hory knife and start cutting it up a little bit. So yesterday I went to Superside to get some fungicide for my newly planted sod. It's got fungus and it's starting to like turn brown. So I went and bought some of that, and I bought some of this really nice compost from them. They have these little cubes and they had buy 3 get 1 free. So of course I used it on some of the sod that I bought, and this is just really good compost. You can use it to add nutrients into your garden. You can add a couple of handfuls into your hard clay soil, and see an earwig, and you can top dress the plant too, but soil's right here just so bad. These plants may just be a little bit droopy today because it's really hot. So I'm going to come back. I'm glad that I'm planting in the shade right now. So I'm going to come back and get my water jug and just water these in really good. And then we have the ice plant and milkweed to still plant. So here we go. In a drift, you see how things will show off just a little bit better when you have them in a drift. So when they start to fill in, especially next year, and grow up brand new, they're going to be really pretty. Now they may stay evergreen for me because I am in warmer zone, but for you guys that are not, it's going to kind of, as long as it's not in a soggy area and the roots don't rot, then you're going to, it's going to be kind of like a hosta. You know how the hosta dies completely back, but you just don't pull the root system up and it'll come up fresh next year. So what you see me doing right now, I'm going to go ahead and just cut some of the leaves off to not allow so much of the energy to go into these leaves, but into the root system of growing. So I am going to leave some of the root system, but I'm going to cut a fair amount off, especially the ones that are kind of long here. So one last plant, which is my milkweed. It's just starting to bud. It looks like it's going to be orange and red. Can you see that? All right, so this plant's going to go over there somewhere. I'm really running out of room. And I need to come back and just prune all these perennials over here in the cottage garden. So I'm in the cottage garden right now. I'm gonna make my way over here. Alright, so I have some lupines that I grew from seed and planted right there. Can you guys see? I can't see because my sun's in the eyes. Anyways, it's not doing all that great. You can see some of the drip tubing. There's a lupine. This doesn't belong here. And whatever it is, it's got a big taproot in it. Okay, so I have some creeping phlox. I have a power planter. So you see the foxglove all there in a drift right here, all drifted. And then I have some hellebores that I just took some foliage off. And then there is the verbena. Like, I can get a ton more of that verbena. I would love it. And then I planted the milkweed right here, right there. And look, this fabric, you guys, don't ever lay down the fabric. It's not a good idea. It does not ever go away, and it makes it really hard to plant. So I have irises in here that Miss Loretta gave me. That's what this side looks like. A lot of people have asked me what these junipers are called. I'll throw the names up because I don't seem to really remember them. But I like the real bright ones right there better. But I got two varieties, so, but if I had my choice, I would have done nothing but that one right there. But it looks good, and it helps. I am on a hill, believe it or not, and it helps with the erosion really, really well. And of course, this is before I knew I was going to do a cottage garden here too. And there's the one that's more yellow. It's some kind of golden juniper, but like I said, I'll throw the names up for you. And this is what the other side of the cottage garden that we hardly ever get to see. Look at the puffer fish, you guys. Look at that. And with the sugar shack rose of Sharon right there is really pretty too. And right beside it, the tall plant, is my other milkweed that's still not blooming, but we'll show you a little closer. All right, so here's the rose that I was trying to show you. This is Munstead Wood. It's a David Austin rose. I haven't got a lot of blooms on her yet, but she's really, really young. And then you could see the stupid Japanese beetles are having lunch on this one. So anyways, that's what Munstead Wood looks like. I think it'll be really pretty up here with this Russian sage, don't you think? All right, let's take a walk down this cottage garden. I have the lemon coral sedum. I need to come and deadhead all those. They come off pretty easy. I have another David Austin rose there. It doesn't bloom as much, but I still really like it, and not enough to pull it out. And then coming over here, I have some agastache, a pineapple lily that I don't think is doing anything just yet. No, I don't see anything. I see a worm in there though, some caterpillar. So I don't know if that'll bloom the first year or not. And then look at this baptisia. Look at these pods. At first I seen all of these little blooms down here and I thought, what is that? But it's the same leaf structure, you guys. I've got like little baptisias coming up there. More agastache right here. And then this is where my milkweed is. That hasn't bloomed. Don't know if I'm still gonna get blooms. I I don't see anything on it. Oh well, I have some lantana that came back from last year. That was a surprise. But look at this puffer fish hydrangea. Isn't that gorgeous? This one can take full sun, you guys. So if you're looking for a hydrangea that takes full sun, that's got a real pretty structure, this is one. I love this one. And then the sugar shack looks really pretty too. You can see my invisible fence line, trying to keep the deer out. It's not really ate anything over here, and it saved my hydrangea, believe it or not. So I need to get here on the other side and just clean a lot of this up in the cottage garden. I haven't been able to come over here and do any kind of instruction on how I clean up my cottage garden, but that's going to be another video that's coming up. Look at this hibiscus that I planted from seed. This is supposed to make a real pretty filler for cut bouquets. That was from seed. You guys, I'm sweating so bad that it's just dripping in my eyeballs and stinging. It hurts. I'm so hot. All right, guys, I had to take a seat. Look at these coneflowers behind me. Aren't they really pretty? Pretty, pretty, pretty. I'm near my hibiscus tree too. I want to thank you so much for liking this video, sharing, and subscribing for me. It helps me with my logarithm through YouTube. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. And I'll see you in the next video. I hope this was helpful. I know this is not ideal to plant in late June, early July, but I do have drip. It was really hard. But anyways, if you liked these plants, the lamb ear and the butterfly bush, butterfly weed, and the ice plant, like, look at your local nursery and go ahead and get your hands on it. And you might want to wait till fall to plant it, or maybe not. I don't know. I'll see you in the next video, friends. Bye.